3, Scenario 1 at the moment, and it's your host, Daddy Does It. Let's get into it, shall we? Oh yeah, intro video. I'm not sure if I've shown this off or not. It's pretty cool. A lot of really good graphics in here. This is all CGI movie. Back in the day before they actually had graphics that were this good. None of this is actually in the game. It's all pre-rendered video that they made for the game. The animation is fantastic and top notch, but none of it's, very little of it is actually relevant. This fight here, that spot's actually possible in the game, and so is this spot here. But this is not something that happens. There are not that many dragons in the game. There are a couple, but not that many in this version of the game. This guy here, this is Bolsum. He's one of the bad guys, so we get to deal with him in a little while, and hopefully he's not too awful to us. Depends on our level at the time. Hey Justin, good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Adjuster 257S. It's a fun name. 257S. I love the snake. Well, this is the Colossus, or the Titan thing you fight at the end of the game I mentioned last time. There's a little bit more to the CGI. There we go. Let's get into the game, shall we? Oh, so I'm actually playing the game. There we go. Start button there. How you doing, Juster? Let's see if I've got my chat up here. Is the chat room working? Can you actually type anything out there? Oh yeah, great. Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. We've got, this is save file we worked off of last time. These are my old saves here. Some of these, because it's such an old game, there's so much material out there. It's actually possible to hack this game if you really want to and make yourself really super strong. I have some completed files. I don't know how I beat it at level 18, promoted. That's pretty low level to beat the game at. I must have been pretty strong at that point, so hopefully I wasn't too cheaty back in the days. But we're doing this without any kind of cheats. We're playing the insane difficulty, so this should be fun. Every fight's gonna be tough as nails. There's a little guy coming out of the church there. That's where you save every time, so anytime you're in a town. Legit, no cheats, yeah. You can on these older games, it's really easy, especially with emulators technology these days. You can really crank out some decent cheats, but I don't like doing that. Not my style. So everybody's terrified because the bombs went off, as we saw in the last episode. If you weren't here for the last episode, which nobody was, so yeah, there were some bombs going off and everybody's terrified. All the townspeople are outside and nobody wants you to buy or sell anything, so there's not really any point in exploring. You can, but there's no new things. We've already found all the items that we can find. We could go this way, but I guess we will go this way, just to show you that there's nothing really here. All of these houses are locked, and they stop you from going anywhere there anyway. So just as before, you couldn't get into any of those buildings no matter how hard you try in this playthrough, in this scenario. Scenario 2, you actually get to explore those buildings as the other guy, Prince Median. And as I mentioned in the first stream, there's 3 scenarios, and I actually didn't mention that there is happens to be a premium disc alongside this game, but I don't have the premium disc. So I can't play that one yet. Hopefully, if I make enough money doing this, I might be able to afford the premium disc. So the next fight that we're going to do is on this bridge here, but these guys won't let me pass, so I really have only one direction to go. I head this way. How's your day been, Juster? What are you up to today? Just relaxing? Oh, what's this? Ambush. That guy's supposed to be a good guy, King Benetram. We saw him earlier. Are they stealing the Emperor? Oh my god, no! Difference? I don't know about difference. I'm not sure what you mean by that, actually. But it's good to see that you're relaxing. Old school Battlefront's good. I remember playing the, what was that mode where you can, survival mode? Yeah, I played that a bunch, and that was fun. I played it with a buddy, and it got a lot harder because he's not good at the game, so he was getting killed all the time. I had to go rescue him from dangerous situations. Who's your favorite character in Battlefront? Well, the plot thickens. Benetram is being captured now and taken against the Emperor's will by masked monks. The same masked monks we saw earlier are doing bad things. One thing I will point out here is if you pay close attention to the portrait, King Benetram's eyes are purple here. That's unusual because his eyes are normally blue. Something I noticed right away when I was playing this through the first time. So the king has been possessed or been convinced to do something against his will. Kenobi, eh? I didn't get to play Kenobi too much. Difference in the code. Oh, you mean with the cheats and stuff? Well, this is a kind of game that had like a Game Shark back in the day, so you could have 9,999 hit points and 9,999 magic points, all the spells in the game. You could make your characters look like different people. There was codes for just about everything if you wanted. You could make an entire team of knights if you wanted to, all mounted and having the range of Valkyries and stuff, so they would all fly around the screen instead of walking places. It's kind of broken. Oh no, yeah, with his eyes. Yeah, his eyes are a different color because it's actually not him. He's not actually the same king. That was one detail that they got that allows you to figure out that he's not actually King Benetram. He's being doppelganged. Somebody else is pretending to be him. So now, since I can't actually do anything else in any of these other houses, I am going to go in here to the headquarters. Oh yeah, with old school video games you could do so many crazy things with this stuff. In fact, if you wanted to, you could change your inventory so that you have a whole bunch of brave apples, and each brave apple gives you +1 level up per character, so you could give yourself 99 of those, and then level all your characters up to 20, and then promote them all, and then level them all up to 50. Which again is super broken. The game would be so easy that you'd just cry every time you got into combat because you just murder things and there'd be no challenge. You can do those things. I never have. Well, I did once upon a time once, but it takes the fun out of the game, so I just find it's not worth it. It is fun to do if you're trying to play a difficult scenario too, because you have to fight Symbiosis' team, or Darian's team, this guy's team, as the other team. In the second scenario, you have to fight these guys. So if you make these guys super powerful, it can be really difficult to win against them. So, if you want a challenge, you can, if you're doing all 3 scenarios like I plan to do, you can really mess yourself up pretty good. But I don't think that's a good idea. See, there, now he's got blue eyes, right? He had purple eyes before. We saw them come this way, they disappeared. Here's the real King Benetram. It's crazy. Where did they go? They didn't even actually end up inside this building. Uh-oh. Somebody's mad. Uh-oh. Big trouble. Hopefully Brutus listens to reason here, though. Doesn't try to attack him or anything. Oh yeah, he's just mad. Cranky old guy. Do you like RPGs, Juster, or do you play any RPGs? I like the eyes on these characters. Oh, Elder Scrolls. I didn't get into them until the third one, Morrowind. And funny story with that too. One of my favorite spells in that game is the jump spell. So you can jump really far distances, but it breaks the game because the loading times are so ridiculous. Jump 100 and then you jump across the map and land in the ocean and die. So much fun. But yeah, they were a good series. I like how the third one gave you a lot of freedom to build whatever spells you wanted, essentially, once you get far enough into the Mage's Guild. But the rest of them, they don't really give you that kind of freedom with spells, especially Skyrim. Skyrim gives you almost no freedom for spells in comparison. It's like, oh yes, these are the spells you have. You can adjust their power from 1 to 20. Oh. Well, that's not nearly as much fun as 1 to 100 now, is it? I can't even remember, actually, because Skyrim... I put 1,000 hours into Skyrim when it first came out, and that was, like, almost the first 1,000 hours of it being out. I beat it so badly that I never wanted to play it again, and there was no DLC out by the time I was done playing it. That said, I don't think... I had a job, but I only worked like 12 hours or 14 hours a week or something like that at the time, so I didn't, I had a lot of free time on my hands and I didn't sleep much. Lots of all-nighters playing Skyrim. Oh. Yeah, no, Skyrim I found there was lots of skill points available. You could do everything as long as you were able to max out your skills in one category. So one of the things I like to do was get a shield and level up my shield skill against some regular guys and get it up to 20 or 30 points, and then go fight some giants and let them attack me and have my shield up. Anytime my health got low, I would just run away for a while. Then when my health was back up, I'd run back to the giant and let him hit me again and block it, and you gain 3 or 4 levels every time he hits you for the first little while. It's pretty awesome. Assuming he doesn't outright kill you. If he outright kills you when he swings, then your shield skill is not high enough. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. These guys are really quick to point fingers at each other instead of actually asking, could it be possible there's a second Benetram? I mean, at the time, I don't think that they think that there is the possibility of a second Benetram, so it makes sense. Jumping back and forth in between games, obviously. But yeah, no, Skyrim, that game was so much fun, but yeah, I found out that there was very little challenge. I put it up to master difficulty and was one-shotting dragons with my bow. Of course, I was sneaking up on the dragons and getting crits. So, shooting them from a distance, it was so much fun, because you know how all the dragons, when they get up, they do their start animation? Well, several of the dragons would get up and do their flyaway animation, and then they would be dead. So because they had 0 hit points when they actually stopped having their animation, they would just fall to the ground dead wherever they were. And that'd be so far across the map that I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm not getting those dragon bones. Because I couldn't see him. He'd spawn, do his animation, go off map, die, and be dead off map. I was like, oh no, guess I shouldn't do that anymore. Don't sneak up on dragons, yeah. Learned that lesson the hard way. So, I like how Masquerade points out that they were nothing difficult to beat there. I managed to get most of my characters to level 4 in that first combat. You start at level 1. They were quite difficult. Most of us died at least twice. I think the only person that didn't die ever was Grace, who's the healer on the right there. I'll check those stats in a second here for you guys, but yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was one of the harder combats that we'll experience in the next little while. Although this next fight's gonna suck too, because you have to do stuff that isn't just about yourself if you want to gain an extra archer. You can let him die if you want, but it's really not a good idea. Of course, we have to get there first, which means 15 or 20 minutes of dialogue, because it's an RPG. So, now that we've decided that we're going to leave, because obviously if we stay here, we're going to die. They're going to string us up by our coattails. We should probably look at ways of getting out of the city. Governor Garvin. Yeah. The most awesome thing about Governor Garvin that you don't even have any idea of is that he's actually a really, really bad guy. I won't tell you how bad just yet, because that's kind of a spoiler. But let's just say you don't want him to be somebody on your bad side. Because he's got lots of power and he knows how to use it. So this guy here, General Edmund, he's actually a really nice guy, says very few things, and yeah, I wish he could be on your team, but he can't, because he's too powerful. That would just make no sense. He's like a level 30 guy or something at this point already. Kicks butt on his own. But you end up fighting him eventually because he sees things differently. He's a very black and white guy, and he gets skewed by his friend here. I can't remember what his name is. Varland or something. He skews Edmund against you eventually. But we'll get to all of that, of course, in time. And while they're fighting together, he ends up, yeah, convincing him that... Yeah. Alright, anyway. Enough future talk. Let's get back to the present. We're gonna get up here and get out shortly. Shouldn't be too many more lines of dialogue. Yeah, you guys go cause some trouble. Brutus will go talk to the governor. That'll leave us with a clear line of escape. I think. Anytime now. Yes, quickly, come on, let's go. Benetram's never one to be rushed, though. He's a very logical guy, always thinks things through, and because of that, he's extremely wise and very smart. Ah, yeah. He wants to make sure everybody's okay. Fortunately enough, we're fast enough that we actually run across the second Benetram with him, and so we ourselves know that there's a plot going on and get to continue discovering what that is. Yay, look at that. I get to lead him around. course he'll be, yeah, he just kind of disappears after you get to the bridge. Because it doesn't make sense for him to follow you around everywhere. He just becomes part of the party eventually. But for now, this is a cool addition, having somebody follow behind you. Again, this is 1996. This game came out, so all of these graphics, all of this gameplay, pretty unique for its time. And again, I'm using, like I said, an Xbox controller, so I'm changing the map around with these buttons. I've got a zoom in button and a center button, search and cancel. Pretty much all the functions you need. And then the other thing I didn't show people is that there's actually a pretty intense, I should have probably set that up faster, but there's a pretty intense set of options for the windows, the menu. You can change all these colors, make this thinner if you want, adjust it from stereo to mono if you really care. Yeah, not bad. And then there's all these different options. You turn off the voices, combat's faster, but it's less cool. Auto camera angles, so that when you're entering and exiting buildings, you automatically center, which is kind of nice. Battle helps you figure out which characters to select, which can be handy, can be annoying. It depends on what you're doing. I find having it on is generally better than having it off. Battle messages, if you don't have it on, it doesn't tell you what any of the things do. So I find that that's very annoying if you're trying to remember all the different types of skills and things. Battle difficulty, insane. This is not a normal menu option. It's not available on the first playthrough. You play through the game originally on standard. We are playing through on insane because why not? I've played this game forever. A hidden menu option, you press down there, you can actually go into the music lists. Check out the different musics. So the different jingles and things available in the game. Oh yeah, sound effects. They did a lot of Foley for this game. They had to have. So much Foley.
Yeah! Ta! Fear me. Witness your demise. Rain thunder.
That's all the main character.
Rise, Phoenix.
I don't really like his voice. It's kind of sappy, but
prepare to die. This
is Dan Terrace.
Here I come.
Astrid.
Spirits lend me your powers. Go, Wendigo. Go, Thanatos. Rise, Signal Phoenix. Rise, Dragon's Witness. This is without any limits. Celestial Lord.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different stuff in there. I don't want to leave it on that though. It's not good music to leave it on. I can leave it on that music for a bit. We'll change scenes, it'll go back to something else. There we go. So I'm only coming in here actually to save one more time before we have this fight. Again, don't have anybody dead, can't promote anybody yet. Nobody has any curses or anything, so we'll just save. Record the adventure, replace the file. And yeah, no, I really enjoy this game. It's you can even see those candles burning in here. It's pretty cool. You get some 3D action on those candles. It's like watching the grass and an old school MMOs. It's, oh yeah, look at this grass. It's all three-dimensional. Yeah, okay. Fascinating. And we've talked to everybody in the town that we need to talk to progress the story, so we don't need to talk to anybody else, even though we could still talk to people. I don't know where Benetran came from there, but he obviously wasn't standing beside me. He caught up to me pretty quick. So here we go out on this bridge. Oh, that looks painful. 1, 2, 3 dead soldiers already. Ugh. Wasn't us. And yes, those are arrows sticking out of them. There's 3 arrows in each of those guys. Oof. Oh look! Anybody who saw the first stream, which actually I don't even think I got uploaded anywhere, because I don't think it was worth... Yeah, it was low volume and the game was too loud and all that stuff, so... the very first stream featured Hayward. He's actually a playable character in this scenario, if I can get to him in time and talk to him. Which is going to be difficult because of the insane difficulty. But there's the Benetran with his, with all of his monks. And they actually have weapons now because they're ready to do combat, so they're gonna kill some of these guys. If you look at that sprite, you can kind of tell that one of the eyes is purple and one of them is blue. It's really hard to make out, but against that sandbag, you can kind of see a blue tint. And then the purple one in his right eye. It's really difficult to make that out on such a low-res image because the game obviously was made for 480p. It's really crispier for 480p actually. I like the water movement, it's pretty cool. Makes it look like you're actually out on above the water. That's supposed to be a whisper, that's what that means, to be in text there. He's really talking to himself. So we see another one of the people that was featured in the first video recording, Garosh, who is also related to Hayward, and another guy. So there's three brothers here on this bridge all at once. At least he keeps calling them brothers, so I figure they're related. They might just be brother in arms, but I've always thought that they were the three brothers because they talk about them being three brothers very briefly. Yeah, that seems more like a brother than a comrade statement there. Which is neat that they would be brothers, because one of them has green hair, the other one has blue hair. I think they both have blue eyes, though I can't remember. I just have to see what color Hayward's eyes are again. So these guys are now going to sneak out of town. Oh, Hayward's eyes are red. Okay. So yeah, also he looks more like an elf. So I'm not sure how the three of them could be related. Maybe on the mother's side. I don't know. The game just seems to make you think that they're related. Maybe Garosh and his brother, and then this guy had another brother. I don't know. It's hard to say. So many little plot holes. So little time. Oh yeah, that's the blue-eyed Benetron speaking. You can tell this face also looks a little calmer than the other face. The other Benetron looks a little bit more ragged around the edges. I'm not sure how exactly to describe that better. It's just to change the eye color, but this Benetron looks a little bit more relaxed, doesn't he? I think so. I love how their eyes stick out. Denters and Symbios or Darien both have their eyes. Their eye color sticks out so much, some big green eyes. It's like takes up half their face. Oh yeah, I was going to pull up those death statistics for you. Let's have a look here. So that first combat, Masquerade got to level 12. Her magic is level 2 now. And she died... Where does it say that? Oh, there we go. She died 5 times, killed 6 guys. Wow. Brutal. However, even with that, she still managed to make a partner. Which is nice, it's very handy to be partnered up in this game. In fact, the friendship, this particular page becomes the most important page in the game eventually, because your relationships tend to improve over time. You've got allies, partners. What does it go up to after partners? I think you become friends, and then you become... No, you become something else, and then you become friends, and then you become trusted, and then if you're really lucky, you can become a soulmate with one other person. Every person can become a soulmate with one person. So, Masquerade could become a soulmate with Danteris or Darien, but not both. And then if she becomes a soulmate with Darian, then Dender's going to become a soulmate with Grace or another character. This game is actually full of characters. That's the other great thing about it too. You start out with just these 4, but you move on to so many more throughout the game. And these 4 happen to be some of the most useful for every combat situation. So we will be using them for the majority of the game, but there will be a point where Massacre will be slightly less useful than one of the other mages, so we use him more. And Grace can have a counterpart that's almost as good at healing, but we'll need Grace for the attack. Oh, very nice. Bats have a natural tendency to poison you with their poison attacks, so that can suck. Normally they don't do a poison attack every turn, but sometimes they just randomly will. You'll see that when it happens. Again, we're going to use Grace to heal every turn if we can, because she gains 10 XP per heal. Only character to gain 10 XP whenever she recovers health, for anybody. Even if she uses items, she gains 10 XP, which is great. These guys are going to be in a lot of trouble because they're going to get attacked by all kinds of people. Garosh, if you save him here, can be a playable character in scenario 2. But saving them both is going to be a challenge, even with the range that I have and the levels I have. Because sometimes the bats get in the way. There's a specific pattern you can use. I don't know if I remember the pattern, so we'll see if I do. But there's a specific pattern to be able to save them both and still make the fight easy enough. But one of it involves ignoring this bat. And that can be the challenge right there, is whether or not I'm too close to the other bat or not. But I'm going to have to be here with him. And we're going to have to let that bat attack us a second time. It's going to just follow us, we'll have to let it attack us, and hope it doesn't poison us. As well as this bat hopefully doesn't poison Hayward here. If it poisons Hayward, we're in trouble. Okay. Still in trouble, but not as bad. What do you think so far, Jester? Did you play this game? Oh man, nearly killed her. I'm not going to be able to kill her poison, so I'm gonna have to let her stay poisoned this turn, and hope they don't do enough damage for her to die from the poison. Poison, of course, only takes effect on the end of your turn, so she'll take some automatic damage just for acting, which sucks, but yeah, okay. I'm not sure Hayward was supposed to move up there. That might not be part of the normal pattern for saving him. We'll see. This guy's gonna take 2 more. Man, Garosh has some good armor. I wish I was taking 2 points of damage from these guys. They hit me for like 5. Oh. Wife's downstairs. She's starting some laundry or something. Yeah, looks like she's starting some laundry. How do we save his life? We have to kill... Do we kill a bat? I think we kill the bat. It might be necessary. Can I do that with a level 1 spell? I might be able to. Power 12. This is where save states would be really handy if I plan on using them. Hopefully I have a spell with the main character that allows me to go back to town in case of real bad situations. And we won't leave here without having the best optimal situation. Yeah, both Hayward and Garosh survive, so I think here we have to talk to Garosh. Yeah, or he'll die next turn. Because there'll be more than 2 of them attacking him. Those other guys will move up. Yay! That there'll be two people speaking on our behalf, Brutus and him, so that's good. Conrad's not here. That's Darian's dad. That guy's dad. Conrad's a famous tactician. Darian's just his son at this point, who eventually will become a famous tactician in his own right because he's the leader of the party. So we get to pretend like all the combat decisions we make are based on his decisions. Yay! Now we have an archer. Assuming he doesn't die right away. And he died right away. Okay. Well, we get a little bit of combat experience by fighting some of these guys for a few rounds, and then we retreat. Because if he dies, we don't get to keep him.
Celestial Lord.
Yay, 10 more XP. It doesn't sound like a lot, 10 XP, but you only need 100 to level up every time in this game, so 100 or 10 is technically 10% of a level. And if everybody got 10 XP every time they attacked, then everyone would level up really fast. If you kill a guy, you gain more than 10 usually. In fact, when you kill people you've never met before, you usually gain 45 or 49. I think the most I've ever seen from a guy is 49. I keep expecting Dentaris to counterattack these guys because he's strong to their element, so he's only taking 1 damage each. Still want to be able to target that bat, so maybe I have to be closer still. Yeah.
Here I come.
And this is why she levels up really fast. Level 2 spell does so much damage. See that? Oh, 32 XP, nice. 10 per guy. That would have been handy had Hayward still been alive. But he's not, so we'll just continue to gain a little bit more XP by killing some of these guys. Yay! Oh, usually you gain +1 of most things per level up. HP, if you have MP, you'll gain MP sometimes. These two ladies both actually have active spells, so they gain MP all the time when they level up. Darian, not so much. He only needs 8 MP to use his spell, so he doesn't gain any more MP until he gets promoted, I think. He stays at 8 MP until level 10. Yeah, something crazy like that. He doesn't need much until he gets promoted, because when he gets promoted, then he gets access to lightning. And the lightning magic is pretty awesome in this game. Not gonna lie, it's one of my favorite sets of spells. It also gets to be amazing range. It goes in a 3x3 circle, centered around the target, which is huge. So it can be pretty cool to do a lot of damage to a lot of guys. Oh, you couldn't have done that at the beginning. You got poisoned. No! No, couldn't have done that. Let's come over here. Darian. Game, when you first start the game too, it allows you to name the first 3 characters, or the main 3 characters of the series in this one. So I don't usually change the second and third names. I like Median and Julian, that's the names of the second and third characters specifically. But I don't like the name they gave this guy. They called him Symbiotes? Symbiotes? I don't know. Synbios. And I don't like it. I've never really enjoyed that name, so I always rename him something Darian or something from some other fantasy genre. Because I think that that's more accurate, more likely. Why would you name your kid Symbiosis?
Here I come.
Especially if your father's name is Conrad. Like, come on, you can come up with something better than that. How much XP does she need to level up? 72. Okay. Well, we can retreat now. If we keep going any further, it's just gonna suck because we know we're still not gonna win this fight anyway.
Prepare to die.
And all that means is that I put Darien in the wrong spot when I talk to him, because if I put him in the other spot, they'll attack Darien instead. Which shouldn't cause him to die. He's got 20 HP now. What's his defense? Yeah, 8. Yeah. He'll probably live to the next time if we do this the other way, so we'll try it again. I mean, I could try to play without the archer. There was a point in time where I was trying to make a bit of a brag by saying that I would play this without reviving anyone. Oops, I forgot to revive him anyway. Let's go back in there. Actually, I don't think I have to revive him because I don't think he's technically part of my squad yet. Let's see, do I have to revive him? Yeah, no, he's not technically part of the squad yet. We'll save again though, because we gain combat XP and a level. It's one of those things like, it's not like Zelda where you get auto-saves and stuff at certain points. If you don't save, you lose stuff when you die. Or if the game, and sometimes this game, because of the way the system is and the disc is old, I've actually been playing this game since it came out. My copy of the disc has a couple scratches on it, so sometimes it'll actually freeze the emulator. If we experience that, I'll just start it back up again. It just takes a second, but it's a pain in the ass. Oh, she's still poisoned though. That was smart. Whoops. At least it's only doing 1 point of damage. It's not like a severe poison. I've seen this game do 10 points of damage. 10 points of poison damage to some characters. It's ridiculous. It's funny. It's definitely out there, but no. 10 points of poison damage every round. Good. What, maximum 15 HP? That would really suck at this point. Oh good, I'm glad I didn't cure her of her poison yet. Is she still poisoned? I might as well just leave her poisoned. Especially if she's going to be taking all the bats for us, which she has been, so why not?
Celestial Lord.
And with this being a decent looking game, the second and third scenarios actually look even better. So you can imagine that. The people who developed the second and third scenarios in Japan, which the second and third scenarios were not released here in North America. This game was one of the last games to be released in North America. I mentioned that before. 1996 was the end of the Sega Saturn era. PlayStation came out and killed the console. It's pretty brutal times. Super Nintendo was still going strong. Super Metroid was released in the same year of this game. Super Metroid was released in February, I believe. This game was released in August, from what I recall. Or no, it was released in the summer or something. Something like that. I can't remember the exact dates. I could look them up. But I do remember that I was super excited to get a Super Metroid so I could play Super Metroid, or get a Super Nintendo so I could play Super Metroid. And then when I woke up on Christmas morning, I got this console instead, the Sega Saturn. And at first I was hugely disappointed, but then I got to play these games and haven't looked back. Actually, honestly, I think the Saturn came out in '92. I'll have to look that up. It came out a while before this game was released, 4 or 5 years. But I was super excited to get a Super Nintendo that year, so I could play Super Metroid on that specifically. And I never got one. And ever since then, the only time I've ever played Super Metroid has been when I download the ROM illegally for a couple hours, play it, and then delete it, because that's the only way you're legally allowed to do that if you don't own the cartridge. However, I do now own one of those Super Nintendo consoles that has it on there, so I don't have to do that anymore. I can just play it on the Super Nintendo console. They're neat, they're little tiny, it's so lightweight I could pick it up with one finger. and yet it holds 15 or 20 games. Some of which are actually very excellent too, including, I think, Chrono Trigger's on there. And Final Fantasy VI is on there. Man, that's such a good game. Oh, and Super Mario Kart's on there. It's so good. If you ever want to play a retro game for fun for a couple of minutes, that would be one to do. Pardon me. Wow, we've already been broadcasting for 45 minutes. Crazy. Doesn't take long to add up to the time, does it? So I think I'll broadcast for another 15 or so. I'm going to try to keep these to about an hour a day if possible. I do have to work tonight, so I have some other things I have to get done today. Unfortunately, I never really like to have to be an adult, but sometimes you have to. So I'm gonna have to cut it off at some point anyway, but we'll try to get through this combat successfully, saving these guys. Actually, maybe I'll go this way for Garosh too. That's the problem, is one of these ways of rescuing these guys works properly, one of them does not. If you do it the wrong way, Hayward dies, that much I remember. For Garosh, it doesn't really matter which way you go. I think, well, it might not be the right way, because now maybe the enemies can walk through me to get to Hayward. I guess part of it depends on what Hayward does too. Because if he gets a turn, I don't think he's going to get a turn again before I have a chance to heal him. Oh, one of the things I could have done here instead of talking to him is given him a healing herb. Yeah, I could have done that. In fact, I could have handed him a healing herb from Dan Terrace. Talk to him this turn and talk to Garosh next turn, I think. That might have worked. That might be what we actually have to do. We'll find out, because the game will absolutely not let us win without having done it the correct way. Oh, and I didn't think this through because now she's on the wrong side of me, and I can't heal her. Antidote, nothing. Okay, well. This is a bad spot to be in. This means Massacre has to at the very least heal herself with an item, or die this turn. Ah, but I do get Garosh, or Hayward this turn to use, which didn't happen last time. I can bring him back over here, have him absolutely destroy this bat, which we started attacking. Or not. Yeah, okay. Have to heal him first. I wish I could have found somebody worthy of my trust. Yeah, me too. Oh, yeah, this is bad. Yeah. That's bad. Okay, so they're no longer partners. Yeah, you can survive the trust decrease if you're trusted or soulmates. That's the only way you can survive that. Otherwise, you go down the road. You lose. It's an experience bar that you can't see, but you lose some experience, and so now it's going to be set to rebuild. Because when you lose it, you go back pretty much to zero. So we were at like 40 XP with her or something, and now we're going to go back to that. On the plus side, he's able to get in there and take the guy out. Do you have access to killing somebody this turn? What's his HP? 14. His HP is 14. 11. 11. You don't have access to killing somebody. You are not strong enough to kill people yet. 2 or 2 points of time. I wonder, since she died, if she'll still have poison on her. 80 gold to revive her. Every time you gain a level, it's 20 more gold, so you start at 20, 40, 60, 80, Yeah, she's level 4. Okay, no more poison though, at least. I got rid of her poison. It's an expensive way to get rid of poison, I guess. Especially since I have the antidote spell, so if I revive somebody, or if somebody has poison, and I'm aware of it, I can literally just go like this in town and go, antidote, and use it on whoever. Doesn't cost any MP in town. Still 16 out of 16. Irony. So many good features that I've forgotten all about. At least we're still having fun, right, Jester? Yeah, see, she had a little sword over her head, and then she died. Now she no longer gives me those benefits. Oh, oh well. So remember, note to self: heal him first, save him later. Make sure Danteris goes in the middle of the group. These are all important things. Don't let Massacre go down in that one spot. Right, that's why I had him go up before, so he would avoid the bad. So I can't actually reach and heal him. There will be no way to save his life. Unless Mascarin does it, but Mascarin's gonna go first because she has a higher agility. Agility determines your turn order right now. So agility 10, agility 9, that's your agility. Agility 7, yeah, no, she's gonna go way before him, so yeah. This might be bad. It might be okay. It might work out okay. Just wish I could use this on him, but it's a range 1. Everything that you have that are items, unless they have a special effect on them, are pretty much range 1. Which sucks. There is a level 2 antidote item. It also has a range 1 still, so it's just as useless as the spell antidote 1. The spell antidote 2 actually has a range, so you can use it at a range of 2 squares away from yourself, which makes it extremely valuable. It also cures many more things than just poison and sleep, which I believe the first one just cures poison and sleep. Oh yeah, also paralysis, but almost none of the monsters in the early game paralyze you anyway, so antidote is really useful for that in the beginning. Let's go up one. Yeah, there we go. I almost want to have him sit there and fight. Almost do. But instead I'm just going to play it safe and have him heal himself. Because I'm getting tired of trying this over and over again, so... the usual amount of attempts this battle takes me, because I forget the turn order, is between 7 and 20. Yes, that's right. In insane difficulty, I've sometimes had this take 20 attempts. That's why it's actually technically the hardest fight in the game. At least in the early parts of the game. There are harder fights because they do more damage to your characters and stuff, but the technical difficulties required to get through this are just nuts. And now she's poisoned too. Okay, cool. Using up most of my items to help people this time. I should just heal you though, because 7 HP is not enough. We did get an item early on in the beginning of the game called Health Bread, which I figured normally I give it to Mascarin to give her that little bit more survivability. But I figured this time around that I would probably need it on Darien. I don't know why I thought that. He now has 20 hit points, where he should have 16 or something. Yeah, he should have 16 at this level. Because 4 less, yeah. So he's a little bit more tanky, but he still takes boatloads of damage from the monsters. If Mascarin's attacked by the Mass Monk, she takes almost no damage anyway. So the only thing that's really hurting her right now is the bats, which are actually doing a pretty good job of making me very upset at them. Alright, kill that one. Yay! No, you missed. RNG laughing at me because we're again on insane. That's okay. She can come over here. She can kill this bat for us. That'll be something good anyway. She can't actually use them to kill them. Talk to them or anything else. She might as well kill that bat. Flambe, anyone? Barbecued bat? Oh, she found an antidote herb. Next turn, I'm gonna make you unpoisoned. Funny. Okay, so in the middle, talk to Garosh. No, Garosh. And you have to talk to Garosh this turn, because if you don't talk to him this turn and you let him survive this turn, he's gonna take 3 attacks next turn no matter what. They will find a way. There's 4 of them. They will find a way to make that happen. And then he will die. Then we stand here. Items. Use. Medical herb. Hayward. Yay! He might survive this turn. Assuming the bat doesn't come up and bite him in the back too. You would think that the bat would actually target Grace since she's standing right next to him. Nope. Oh, well, if Darian dies, we'll be restarting anyway. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Because as soon as the main character dies, the game resets back to the last church, and all your guys are back, and yeah. So we really don't want Darian to die here, but I can't get to him to heal him anyway, so I might as well heal Mascarin, and hope that the monks don't kill him. Because I believe it's their turn next. Oh, Grace is level 5 now. Yay, she gained 2 MP, didn't gain any stats. Usually you gain +1 to your attack, your defense, and your agility almost every single level up until you get promoted, and then you gain more than that usually when you get to level ups. Usually it's 2 or 3 per. So, oh good, they're still focused on Hayward, so they might both not die. It's possible. That guy's gonna attack Darian. This might kill Darian. No, it didn't. Awesome. So we actually survived this turn. If I don't use a... No, never mind. We're dead. Let's see, blocks. No, didn't work. You can block. You can also counterattack. If you counterattack, you still take damage usually. Sadness. You were defeated. You were so young. Okay, still poison, still poison. Why you would pay a cleric to do this is beyond me. Poisoned, antidote. Didn't I just use antidote? Oh, did I not use spells? What did I use? Magic, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. Antidote. I just looked at them, I didn't actually go into the spells and cast the spells. There we go. Back to normal, yay! And it didn't cost me any MP. See, she's level 5, she's 18 MP. So good. Okay, well, because Grace gained a level, we'll still save again. I wonder how many deaths I'm going to end up with at the end of this. I'm going to look at the count and go, 62 deaths! Huh, not bad for insane. Not sure if you've ever heard of Oats and Goats. He plays a lot of Super Metroid. Again, me referencing that earlier, then talking about it again now. Oats and Goats, whenever I watch him play Super Metroid, I realize I'm actually not a good Super Metroid player. Because watching him play makes me look like I'm an idiot. He's currently playing something called Kaizo Super Metroid, which, to call it Super Metroid would be crazy. It's not actually Super Metroid, because the things you do in it are nuts. And it requires you knowing how to wall jump and doing a couple of optional skills in Super Metroid that are really difficult. I'm not good at any of the things that he can do. I've never even seen some of the stuff he can do with the grapple beam outside of him. So him doing those things is just blowing my mind, and it's like, huh, that's a whole new level of Super Metroid. It's nice to see that other people are still playing old games. Especially a game as good as that. I'm not sure if you ever played Super Metroid, but man, was that ever a lot of fun. I remember I always panic against the chorizo boss, and he makes it look like such an easy fight. You just like kneel in front of the guy and hold the up button and murder him in no time in the regular version. And I almost always die to him with 3 energy tanks every time. He goes in there with like 1 energy tank. He's like, ha, check out this, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, yeah. But I enjoy it. I'm just because I'm not good at it doesn't mean I don't enjoy it. I've played through it all the way to the end and beat it. I'm good enough to beat the game. I played through it all the way from the beginning to the end and beat it fairly recently. I think 4 months ago. I was able to actually finally complete it again. I actually get like 85 or 90% of the items though, unlike Oats and Goats who just goes through with like 10 missile tanks or whatever. There's a thing about one of the bosses becomes a lot harder. I think it's the giant one that's like 2 screens. He actually is a lot harder if you have more missiles than a certain amount, or one of the bosses anyway is much harder. So, oh, is that the wrong square again? I think it was, yeah. Should have put her there on her side. She should be sitting here. Oh well. But yeah, Oats and Goats, he does a great job with that. So if you haven't actually checked him out on Twitch, I recommend giving him a quick look and a follow. He will never disappoint for entertainment. Actually, even better, if you go on YouTube and check out his what is it? I think it's Super Metroid Impossible, Deathless at GDQ. He ran it Deathless at GDQ this last year, 2020, and was able to pull off an entire run without any deaths, which was amazing. On the Super Metroid Impossible, which I mean isn't as difficult as the Keizo. It's Keizo, I'm not sure what the word means or what it's from or whatever, but watching that, there's spikes everywhere. Literally, like if you don't know what you're doing, I would totally die all the time. He does have some recordings of him dying quite a bit too, though, because he's just trying it out now and he's been working on it for a short period of time. I think one of his recordings he had like 64 deaths or something, but he managed to get through it. He plays almost every single night at this point, as far as I know. So you can follow him. Every time I log into Twitch, I check him out on his channel in the afternoons to see if he's on. He's usually streaming something. Usually it's Keizo lately, but he has also done some other things too. There's a Super Metroid Containment Room, which was like a puzzle version of Super Metroid, and that was pretty cool to watch him try out as well. He didn't. I didn't get far enough into it to see whether or not he succeeded at it or not, but
Here I come.
he did pretty good. You can tell. He was stuck on the chorizo boss actually because the room was crazy. But I plan on going back and finishing watching that eventually when I have more time. Just over an hour now for time. Okay, well we'll play for another few minutes here. I want to just try to get this to the point where I feel comfortable. If I can save the 2 of them and know I'm not going to get murdered the next turn myself. This time I actually have full health, so use the flower on you. Oh, and I have a limited amount of these herbs, so if I screw this up again, if this doesn't actually work, then I'm gonna have to transfer one from one of my other guys to him, or I'm not gonna have one next time I get here and I won't be able to heal him. So just a heads up for myself. Because I'm good at forgetting things. I might forget that. We'll see. I almost want to heal myself more than I want to heal Mascarin, but Mascarin has less health overall and total. Means not healing her means she's more likely to die. Hayward might actually kill this guy, which unfortunately kills that guy. Yeah, so he doesn't gain any XP because he's not on my team yet. the one drawback to that potential that I didn't think about, but it might have to happen for him to live here. Yeah, because that guy's going to attack me. The other guy's probably going to attack Denteris. He's probably going to try to go around Denteris and attack him. No, he went straight to him. Okay. So this turn Denteris will attack. Symbio's Darian will... Oh, she actually gets to attack too. Okay. She'll come over here and she'll murder this monk. I should have used level 2 spell. He's got 14 experience. Where did I go? That was a bad waste of a spell. 3 extra MP would have really helped there. That's okay. We'll kill him. That's trying to destroy him. 26 damage. 19. Yeah. Destroy him. Alright, dead. Go talk to him on this box. No? Oh no! I can't get to him to talk to him. This turn either. Okay, well. Can kill this guy. XP, not very good, but not very bad either. I promise you, I will also kill all the bats eventually. Oh my goodness. Okay, well that's obviously not the way to do that either. Okay. See, this is a very particular battle. Very, very particular. I'm almost tempted to skip the archer at this point. Almost tempted. Definitely not going to. But I probably am going to have to figure something else out for the bats. I'm going to have to have Massacre stay behind a step or two, kill one of them. Because that was just not cool. Oh, and I'm going to have to make sure that Massacre actually attacks with full damage. Ooh. Poison does 2 damage to Grace, whereas it was doing 1 to Massacre. Just another example of how damaging this particular part of the game is. It's so brutal. Yeah, she hasn't fought many bats, so she'll fight this other bat. Just for the fun of it, she'll overkill this bat. It's XP, it's fun. Yay! 1 HP, 3 MP, there we go, that's what I'm talking about. Defense went up by 1, agility went up by 1, yes! Every time your agility goes up, like I said, you get faster, so not that Massacre needs to go any more first than everybody else, but she always seems to go first. Her agility is currently 11. Everybody else is pretty low. So she'll always be going first, which kind of is nice, because you can plan around her. The downside to that is that later on in the game, when she goes first, people don't catch up in time, and then she gets murdered by the tent, so between you two. The Lily recovers HP, and I don't want... He's standing right there, can I just pass it to Darian? No, I have to drop something. Let's go back. Hour and 10 in, should we try it one more time? Why did I bother doing that? Oh, it's just wasted 10 gold. No, what am I doing? Oh, donation. Yeah. Stealing money from my pockets. Crazy clergyman. What do you say, Jester? One more time into the fire? Should have this fight memorized by now. For the Horde! Oh, Rick, he flew pretty good. There's got to be a few more Johnson lines out there. I just can't remember them all off the top of my head. He does so many crazy things, you know? And when you first meet him, you don't even realize he's been in the Spartan program, but it makes so much sense. All the things he survives.
Celestial Lord.
I used to know them all. It's been a long time. My favorite still has to be the one where he rolls up in the tank in Halo 3. I know what the ladies like. Then he sits on the side of the tank with a rocket launcher and he blows everything out. You just look close and he just blows things up with the rocket. That's the one where the rocket launcher has a lock on, isn't it? He just locks onto all the Banshees and boom, 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 boom. It's so good. Actually, honestly, I think the thing I missed the most about Halo, any part of the Halos, is Halo 2's clan. That clan system was the best clan system I've ever played with. I really miss it. I wish it would come back in some form or another. Destiny kind of has a similar system, and it's not bad, but it's not the same. Oh man, did that bat do that before? I don't remember it doing 7 damage. I can't believe the bats are stronger than the monks. This is ridiculous. They're eating me. What's for dinner? Masquerade.
Celestial Lord.
I don't know why, but sometimes you get some random thoughts about stuff. Just had a random remembering of a commercial back in the day. I want your kids to leave home. Stop cooking with cheese. Yeah, I don't know where it came from. It was just in there somewhere. Alright, Garosh kills this bat. That's why I don't remember this bat being here. Or he might kill the bat. Nice, he blocked it. Step in the right direction. Oh, no, he's actually attacking a monk this time around. Okay. Right. Now. Come over here and you kill this bat. You kill him dead this time. Yeah.
Here I come.
I don't care. She got 1 XP. I don't care. She got rid of the bat, which is what we need. Normally it would matter whether or not she's gaining XP, because her not getting XP means I shouldn't really be using her spells. It's a waste of MP to get 1 XP for them. But at this point, it's more important to get these guys on my team. So if that means her wasting some spells, it's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. You are actually standing in a weird spot. Normally you're here. Oh, right, because of the way I moved this time. So if I move here, how many bats are nearby? What's the range on these bats? This is one of those things you can kind of check out before you do stuff. So that bat has a clear shot at him unless I stand there. Which means I can block that bat from attacking him, or block this bat from attacking him, just by standing right next to him. The game kind of auto-locks on people, so if you go too close to people and you're trying to check out like this monk, it's much easier to go to Hayward first to check out the monk than trying to come over from here and check out the monk. It's an auto, sort of has a little touchiness to locking onto people and things. Which is nice because then you can check out the stats. These barrels are actually fully breakable. They have 1 HP, and if you attack them, I don't know if I can pull the stat block for the barrel. I don't think it has a stat block. No. Most of these guys have stat blocks. You can actually pull up their like info. Yeah, picture what they're using, what items they drop. This guy over here, for instance, is a pretty tough cookie. He's got the tornado spell, which he can use twice. So if you get him to use it more than twice, or if you get him to cast it twice and he doesn't kill your guys, you can murder him. Or if you beat him up before he gets to cast it once even, that's preferable. Since he also has an agility of 4, so he generally goes behind everybody else in the field. You see, he's the only guy to have a worse agility in the game than Grace for a while. Even these monks have like an agility 5. The bats too. Bats are actually fast, agility 7. Barrels again, because they had no stat block, they don't have an agility score. But you can kill each one of them for an extra 5 XP or something. So that's extra handy, but we were not worried about that until we save Hayward. We must become safe. And obviously retreating with him, like I did the other time, it's not a good way to do that. So I won't be retreating with him, I will just be... Oh, I should have healed him first though. Okay. Maybe if he has his own item and I get to him before the enemies do, I will heal him with his own item. I don't know what he's got for equipment. He's using a bow, that much I know. That's all I got. Oof. Right, and that locks you out from them. Okay. You have a healing herb. Okay, cool. So if I can get to you, get to your turn before things go south. Maybe I'll have her break this block. It's because I can't do anything else with her range 1 spells. I'll move you here and go ahead and use this on yourself. Will you survive? Especially if we find a way to deal with the bats. Right, they can only attack you from that direction and the other direction. Oh, this one's gonna die though. Oh no. That's surprising. It might be a healing herbs all around turn. Denders is going to attack and murder one of the guys, because we need him to. In fact, if you could kill 2 guys by counterattacking here once, no. That would have been fun. It's always nice to see a good counterattack. I'm a big fan of them. So, we're going to prevent them from attacking Hayward by going up here, standing on that box. No? Okay. Stand on the box. Normally you can, but move right up here. Use this on myself to regain 10 hit points. Maybe 11 if it lets me. 9 hit points. Ooh, even less. Less than maximum. Which puts me down to 8 because of the poison. Just still not enough hit points for the return unless she only gets attacked a couple of times. I don't want you to be gaining medical herbs. I should have traded items. I remember I was going to do that too. I was going to give one to him so he could actually heal Hayward. Okay, how do we keep Hayward from dying? If we go on this box, can Hayward be attacked by any of the melee sources? No. We have no range sources? No. Just the one guy. I don't have anything to use to heal him with. And he's got 6 hit points, so he can take 1 attack from any source but a bat. As long as we don't leave a source open for him to get attacked from. We might not lose this turn. If Mascarin dies, I'm still going to push on, actually. Hayward not dying is the only important thing at this point. She might actually die here. Oh, but the monks have already gone. Okay, cool. So you can actually only heal Danteris this turn. Instead of that, you're going to attack something. Monk. It's 14. Is this monk low? 14. Is this monk low? 3. You're probably going to attack him. But is there a better spot to stand? No. Nice, 1 XP. Sweet! Okay, now we're looking at survival. You attack bats. And then Danteris attacks that guy. Or the guy next to him. Yeah, we might be okay. We might be able to make this work. I need to be able to move Masquerade though. Looking at it, I should have had the other. I should have had him attack the other bat, because the two guys together. Oh, I forgot about this. Okay. Well, there goes all the magic we had. Ugh. So. If I put him here, Chris will still not be able to walk to it. Chris has to get to him by walking to that spot. That's why we're next to him. So I still have to kill this bat or kill this monk. The monk is much more likely to die, especially if he lands. Oh, we didn't kill him. Oh. That's no good. Agility. He's probably gonna die now. So one of these bats is gonna go and it's gonna kill him. So the bat can reach him by going up on the barrel. Or going around the side. Man. This is turning out to be too impossible a task right now. Too many variables. Too many variables. Nobody else needs healing. They literally focused on Hayward and Masquerade. And that was it. Wow. Okay, well. She does a lot of damage when she stands next to our main hero because he gives her plus 15 attack. He gives her plus 15 attack, I should say. It's kind of a little bit on the embarrassing side. Her attack is now like 26 or something right now, standing next to him. But he does that for everybody. He gives everybody plus 15 attack when they stand next to him. So he's that kind of hero. He's like, yeah, stand next to me and we will murder things. Which is great, except for the fact that, yeah, right now we don't need to murder things right now. We need people to live.
Prepare to die.
Couldn't do this last turn, no. Okay. The variables. Oh, nobody has any problems there. 100 gold! Ouch! Well, at least we're still making gold. I joked about that on the last video, where people can die as long as we still make gold. There's nothing wrong with somebody dying as long as it doesn't outweigh the amount of gold we earned from fighting people. Because every time you kill somebody, you also get a little bit of gold. So as long as your kills outweigh your deaths, you're doing okay. I don't know if Mascarens are still. Let me have a quick look at her stats. Yeah, he's got 14 and 3, 24 and 1. Oh, he only died once. Yay. 15 and 7. That's like 1 for 2. Or 2 for 1. Ugh. 1 kill, 0 deaths. Yeah, that's what I'd like to see. Well, not the 1 kill, but the fact that she's killed somebody, she's a priest, is kind of awesome, because normally healers don't really kill people. We should do a lot more of it when she gets further in the game. Like I said, if you look at the support system here, she gives him +1 luck and some magic defense. And he gives her +15 or +5 attack. Okay, sorry, I thought it was +15 attack. Still, at this level, 17 attack is the highest attack in the game. Or second highest attack in the game. 21 there. So 17 would be still pretty dang broken. Imagine if you give that to everybody, right? Oh yeah, he does. Partner him up with the Knight Danteris. 26 attack, man. Kill anybody first turn. At least at this point when nobody has 35, 40 hit points aside from the boss. Ah yes, bats. It would be really unique because if one of these playthroughs, Grace actually gains some agility first thing. Because then she can go before the bats, which would be a bad thing too though, if you think about it. Because if she goes before the bats, then she can't heal people having taken damage from the bats. Which is kind of why this fight works still. Eventually, somehow. But it's supposed to work. I don't want to ignore the bats either. I would kill them all if I could. If I had the extra 2 turns, I would actually take the time to kill all the bats before getting to Garosh. But if you take that time, Garosh will die. One thing we forgot to do, that I said I was going to do, and then I said if I forgot to do it, it's because I normally forget to do it, is I was going to transfer some things from Danteris over to Darien. There's a healing herb, or 2, that I would love to give him, but now that we're in combat again, it's a lot more difficult. In order to give somebody items in this mode, I actually have to stand next to them, and give them to them. There's no target because nobody's standing next to me. So that doesn't help at all. Unless I turn him into the healer and turn Darien into the converser. Can I do that? Can I make that work? I have to try. If I put him up here, Garosh will go this way. Leave him here, he might stay here. It's weird, I noticed that last time, he moved 1 square. So maybe we'll do this time. Right, because the bat comes over to fight him. Then he moves over to fight the bat, right? Is that what happens? I think that's what happens. Nobody's poisoned anybody so far. That's a step in the right direction. There are some interesting camera angles that you can work in through the camera buttons.
Yeah.
If you do it the right way, there's a way to make some camera glitches and stuff happen inside the inside combat. If you press, is it start or select? One of the 2 buttons, start or select. You can skip the menus. Yeah, start. If you press and hold start, you can skip the menus in combat. So many neat little things about this game. So if you wanted a good screenshot, press and hold start before it begins, and then if you hit the screenshot button, there's a screenshot button when you're hitting a guy, or your super move goes off, you want to take a picture of it, do that. Oh, sweet, actually. Give item. Yeah, you give me another one of those. You're still going to talk to Garosh this turn, but you're going to heal Hayward if you can. Unless, no. They're going to get this there this turn still. So options are attack this guy, which won't kill him. Probably do about 8 damage. So attack this guy and make him weak. Or talk to Hayward. Should we try the aggressive approach this time? What do you think, Jester? Aggressive approach? Oh, did you head out for a while? Well, I thought you were still here. Looks like you're not following right now. That's okay. Alright, so Jester's not with us anymore. We're gonna try the aggressive approach then. Okay, what have we got? Two. Nice. Okay. Not too big a fan of that idea.
Celestial Lord. Right, have to heal Hayward. Okay, well, I guess he's also gonna die now, so whatever. Okay, we're gonna retreat, we're gonna call her good for the day, and we're gonna come back to it tomorrow. This is not the kind of battle that I'd like to sit here and play forever, but the good thing about this game is that you can cut out parts of it if you have to, so. I don't want to do that to you guys, I don't want to leave out any bits if I can help it. Unfortunately, with this being the second upload and the third or fourth, I think this is the fourth stream. Missed one stream in the actual forgetting to press the record button, yeah. So, we are in the Yellow Submarine right now. Being that we're in a Yellow Submarine right now, you're going to attack full force this guy. Get your 1 XP. Tear's going to do the same. Then we're going to give items to Simboys.
And I have to use the washroom anyway, so I'm gonna call her a day here pretty quick. Other people can probably watch me doing that in my chair and I'm just rocking back and forth. I'm not crazy. I just need to use the washroom, so we're gonna call her good for now. Save one more time. And then we're gonna call her a stream. Thanks everybody for coming. Have yourself a great day. And we'll catch you again next time on Shining Force 3, Scenario 1. Over now.